Imagine a job where your boss tells you that the glowing green paint you're working with is actually good for you. They say it'll make your cheeks rosy and your smile so bright. But what they don't tell you is that you're slowly becoming a radioactive ghost. This is the tragic, infuriating true story of the Radium Girls. It's 1917 and the world is at war. The United States Radium Corporation has a contract to paint glow-in-the-dark watches for soldiers in the trenches. To do this, they hire hundreds of young women. It was the dream job and it paid well. The girls got to work with a magical new element called radium. The supervisors taught them a very specific technique to get a fine point with their brushes. It was called lip, dip, paint. Basically, put the brush in your mouth to sharpen it, dip it in the radium, and paint the dial. Some girls did this hundreds of times a day. They swallowed a little bit of radioactive dust every single time. The radium dust got everywhere. It covered their clothes and hair. They literally glowed in the dark walking home from work. They were called the Ghost Girls. They thought it was beautiful. They would even paint their teeth with it to smile at parties. But radium is a bone seeker. The human body mistakes it for calcium. So instead of strengthening their bones, the radium began to shatter them from the inside out. The first sign was actually a toothache. One worker, Molly Magia, went to the dentist for a tooth extraction. When the dentist pulled, a piece of her jaw came out with her tooth. Her mouth was literally rotting. Another girl's spine collapsed because her vertebrae were crushed by her own weight. They were falling apart while they were still alive. And this is where it gets dark. The United States Radium Corporation knew. The male scientists in the lab, they wore lead aprons. They used tongs. They knew radium was deadly, but they let the girls, some as young as 14, lick the brushes. When the girls started dying, the company denied everything. They paid off doctors to say the girls were dying of syphilis to ruin their reputations and silence them. They dragged out court cases hoping the women would die before they could testify. But they fought back. Led by a woman named Catherine Donahue, who was so weak she had to testify from her deathbed, they sued. The press went wild. The image of these young dying women facing down a massive corporation changed everything. They won their case and, more importantly, they changed history. Because of the Radium Girls, the United States established labor laws regarding occupational disease. So if you work with hazardous materials and use safety gear, you have the Radium Girls to thank. The half-life of radium is 1,600 years. That means that even today, in their coffins, the bones of the Radium Girls are still glowing. A permanent reminder of the price they paid for corporate greed. Want more deep dives into history's darkest corners? Make sure you like and follow.